All right, I am here with David Azizi from the law offices of David Azizi, and recently we went over the forms that can be used to file a car accident claim in the state of California. And now we're going to go over if a premises liability, which is more of a slip and fall or trip and fall situation on someone else's property at a retail or something like that. So David, if someone in California wants to file a lawsuit as it relates to slip and fall, what are the forms that are needed and how can they access these forms?
Okay, so with regards to any premises liability cases, which is what we call them, and sometimes they include slip and fall, trip and fall cases, the forms, again, there's two ways to filing a lawsuit. It's either you can do it via a long pleading, which you have to type out all of your basis for a lawsuit, as well as each individual causes of actions. And then the Judicial Council of California has come up with forms that can be used in order to file a lawsuit. Now, this video is simply a guide to direct a person who wants to pursue a claim on their own behalf to the forms that are available to be able to file a lawsuit. And these are used by attorneys, they're used by improper individuals, but as I've said in the previous video, it's very difficult to understand these forms. It's best that you consult an attorney and have an attorney handle your case. However, having said that, if anybody wants to know what are some of the forms as far as what's used to be able to file a lawsuit, you need to summons. And again, before I go through the list, you need to contact the court, or you need to contact the necessary legal guidance, whether it's a treatise or a book or the courthouse or whatnot, and make sure that you have all of the necessary forms for your case that need to be filed in order to have your lawsuit. And it could be detrimental to you that if you do not have the right forms, that you go to the courthouse, you file all these documents, and perhaps something's wrong with the document and the court rejects it, and you're close to the time of your statute of limitation to file a lawsuit, and there you go, you've blown your lawsuit, you've forever barred yourself from being able to pursue your claim. But the form in terms of filing a lawsuit for a premises, one of them is summons, which is SUM-100. The next form is civil case cover sheet, which is Judicial Council form CM-010. The other next form, which is used for Los Angeles, for example, which is just particular for Los Angeles, is a civil case cover sheet addendum, and that is LA-CV-109. The actual complaint that you're going to have to fill out, which is going to require a lot of knowledge on knowing how to fill it out, at what each section, what needs to be there, is the PLD-PI-001. That is the complaint. And then in addition to that complaint, you have to file the causes of action, which sometimes people can use a general negligence cause of action, PLD-PI-001, open parentheses, 2 close parentheses, and then the actual form for premises liability, which is a Judicial Council form. As I stated, that is PLD-PI-001, open parentheses, 4 close parentheses, cause of action for premises liability. Again, these are just a reference to the forms that are available for somebody that wanted to file a lawsuit for premises liability. These are not the only causes of actions. There could be other causes of actions, but this is just a simple overview of some of the causes of actions that can be filed in a premises liability case and the form complaint that could be used. Again, I highly advise that you contact a lawyer so that he or she can handle this for you and proceed with your lawsuit.
Absolutely, and if you would like to contact the law offices of David Azizi, you will find the phone number above in the YouTube video as well as in the information below. And as David Azizi discussed, some of this can be very confusing and very difficult. That is A lawyer who has experience and resources and understands all these forms will make the process much easier. So please feel free to contact the law offices of David Azizi, and thank you for your time, David.
Sure, just one more thing. I was going to say, for example, in filing these complaints, you have to make sure that you have the right, for example, claim and the statute time. So just because we're providing you the guidance as far as the forms, with regards to a government claim, if you're dealing with a governmental entity, for example, a place where there's a trip and fall on the street, although you may be able to use these forms, with governmental entities, you have to use specific statutes in order to be able to prove a claim. So even if you use these forms, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're now going to be able to have a cause of action. You need to know the exact cause of action, like Government Code 835, which is dangerous condition of property, and some other related cause of code sections that would allow you to then pursue a claim against the governmental entity. So that's why I say it's very complicated. You really need to know what you're doing, and it's like everybody who has their own profession. They're experts in their professions. They know how to do it, and that's why the world goes around. People hire different people to do what they do for them. Otherwise, if you were a jack of all trades, you could do it yourself. So I highly advise that even though these forms are being provided to you, that you consult an attorney who can make sure that it's done the right way.
Absolutely, and thank you for your time, David.
All right, thank you.